Good evening and welcome in to Thornton Fractional North High School for the Bob Hamric Shootout, where tonight the St. Joseph Chargers take on the Orr Academy Spartans in what should be a great ball game. Hello, everybody. I'm Connor Klingon, and thank you for joining me, as always, on Arena Sportsnet Chicago. Glad to have you with us. The Orr Academy Spartans, champions of the Proviso West Holiday Tournament. Certainly one of the best teams in the area regardless of class. Currently, they're listed as Class 2A. St. Joe's, of course, in 4A, but that doesn't really matter from a talent perspective. This is, without a doubt, one of the best teams in Chicagoland and the entire state. So it'll be a challenge tonight for the Chargers. St. Joe's coming off of a win last night against Providence Catholic, defeated the Celtics 60-37 at home in Westchester. It was a nice night for Jafari Brown last evening as he had 16 points, including 14 in the first half. And also, it was a great night for Ahmad Muhammad. Hit a couple of three-pointers in the first half. Had 10 points in the first half, 14 total last night. So Muhammad and Brown combining for 30 points for the Chargers last night in their victory over Providence Catholic. Apologize for the delay tonight. The tournament here, the Bob Hamric Shootout, ran a little bit behind, and the game between Kenwood and Thornwood, which was supposed to tip off at 6:45, ended up tipping off probably past 7:30. So that's the reason for the delay here tonight. Been unsure about the tip-off time. But right now it looks like they're pretty much just going to introduce the starting lineups and then go right into the game. As we've had some issues here tonight in terms of knowing when things will start and everything like that. But hopefully at some point we're going to play basketball and have it for you live here on Arena Sportsnet Chicago. And after listening to the game tonight, you can actually watch it tomorrow on CN 100. And you can also watch it on demand if you have Xfinity. The game between St. Joseph and Orr is the CN 100 game of the week. So great to have the TV coverage out here for the St. Joseph Chargers. Starting lineups being introduced now. And Chase Adams starting at point guard for Orr. He is really the engine that makes this offense go for the Orr Spartans. Adams transferred from Marion Catholic. Just received an offer from UIC. Raekwon Drake also starting, had 22 points in the championship of the Proviso West Holiday Tournament against Whitney Young. Danny Smith, Emmanuel O'Neill also starting. Orr is coached by Lou Adams. They were the champions of Class 2A last season, and they remain in Class 2A, and a very good chance they will repeat there. Coach Pingator being introduced here. At TF North, and he's given a rousing introduction there by the public address announcer. And the Chargers going with Chance Aldridge at point guard as usual. Entire season it's been an all-senior starting lineup for the Chargers. Ahmad Muhammad, who had the 14 points last night, a couple of three-pointers. Jalen Boyd, one of the Boyd twins, teaming with his brother Jordan Boyd. And Jafari Brown, the leading scorer last night for the Chargers. He's been the leading scorer most of the season for St. Joe's. And then rounding out the starting lineup is Jordan Boyd. So it's that same starting lineup for Coach Pingator. We did have a minute to talk to Coach Pingator before the game. Weren't able to air the interview, so we will air that at halftime so that you folks can have that out there. For those of you just joining us, as I did say earlier, we were starting at 8:50. Had a little bit of a delay in terms of the earlier games here at the Bob Hamric Shootout. Because of that, the tip-off of this game has been pushed back significantly, and that's the reason we're starting now, right at about 8:50 p.m. Chargers wearing their home whites or wearing black uniforms with white numbering and a gold outline. Tip-off will be Jordan Boyd going against Raekwon Drake, and the Spartans win the tip-off, so Chase Adams will bring it up the floor for Orr. Adams recently offered by UIC, transferred from Marian Catholic, and the Spartans go down low, blocked by Jordan Boyd, and then it was out of bounds. It'll go the way of the Chargers. So a defensive stop on the first possession. Orr is going to bring a full-court press much of the evening, so that will be a challenge for St. Joe's tonight. They have to avoid mistakes and turnovers leading to easy buckets. Chargers with it offensively now. Jafari Brown at the top of the key. Dribbles back further outside, then hands it off over to Jordan Boyd. Jordan Boyd on the right wing. Now back Jafari at the top of the key. Thought about the three, then went to Jalen Boyd on the right wing. He takes a two-point jumper off the side of the rim, no good, or running with it the other way. Pushing it now is Brian Hernandez. He'll dish it back out for Chase Adams. Adams takes a three, can't get it to go. Rebound being battled for. Hernandez had it on the floor for a moment, and then a foul is called. Foul was called on Ahmad Muhammad. That is his first, and the first on the Chargers. First foul for either team thus far tonight. 7:02 remaining, no score between Orr and St. Joe's. Orr and St. Joe's, two teams that know each other well. These players played each other in AAU basketball, and these two teams played 2 seasons ago in the playoffs. St. Joseph's won that game back when Orr was in Class 3A, and you better believe the Spartans remember that. Chase Adams setting up at the point. Gives it over. Now it is Emmanuel O'Neal, blocked away. Jordan Boyd. And now Jafari Brown has it for the Chargers. Brown pushing at the free throw line. Pass out to Muhammad for three. Gets it to go. And the Chargers have an early lead with the three-pointer from Ahmad Muhammad. 6:30 to play here in the first as Chase Adams has it on the left wing. Adams back out for O'Neal. Now a three. That's well off the mark there from Tyrone Motley. And it's a tie-up jump ball. Possession arrow the way of the Chargers. So the Chargers with the early 3-0 lead, 6:24 to play here in the opening quarter. Off of the three by Ahmad Muhammad, they call an offensive foul on Jafari Brown. And this is not what Coach Pingatore wanted. You'll hear the interview at halftime, but he said, you know, if the officiating gets into a little bit of that ticky-tack and the foul trouble, that's not what we want. And that was an offensive foul call on Jafari Brown that you don't see all the time. Raekwon Drake with it down low. His hook shot is wide. Offensive rebound by O'Neal, no good. And Jordan Boyd has the rebound for the Chargers. They're running it the other way with Chance Aldridge. He's at the free throw line, takes a little floater. Can't get the roll. Offensive rebound, Jordan Boyd puts it back up. His putback no good. Rebound to the Spartans. O'Neal ahead to Adams. Adams spins in the lane, fakes the shot, then hands off to Drake. His lane is good. So the Spartans have their first points of the ballgame with 5:44 to play in the first quarter. It's a 3-2 lead for St. Joe's. A 30-second timeout for head coach Lou Adams of Orr. They are 11-2 on the season, defending state champions in Class 2A and champions of the Proviso West Holiday Tournament. One of the best teams in the area, ranked third by Michael O'Brien of the Chicago Sun-Times coming into tonight's game. Of course, that performance at Proviso West really showed they can play with anybody. They beat Whitney Young by 15 points in the championship game of Proviso West. So the Chargers with it now, leading 3-2. They'll inbound from underneath their own basket. Aldridge gets it in to Jalen Boyd. Or going with that full court press that they will do for much of this ball game. Chargers need to get it over the half-court line, and they do with Chance Aldridge. Now Jafari takes a mid-range jumper, and he got it. Jafari Brown has his first points of the night, 5-2 Chargers. Chase Adams pull-up jumper. He responds with a 2 of his own. 5-4 St. Joe's. So a couple of quick buckets back and forth for both teams there, and then an errant pass out of bounds, and Orr will take over. 5:10 to play here in the first. St. Joe's leading by 1. O'Neal will inbound to Chase Adams in the backcourt. Adams, the senior, playing his first season for Orr after transferring from Marian Catholic. He takes a long 2-point jumper, and it's nothing but net. 6-5, Orr. Jafari Brown pushing up the floor, and he gets all the way to the hoop, but then it's blocked off the backboard. Now Orr trying to push. Chase Adams will take a 3. Can't get it to go. And the rebound went over the top of the backboard out of bounds. It'll go to St. Joe's as the Chargers trail now 6-5. I thought it could have maybe been goaltending there on that block off the backboard on Jafari Brown. They broke the press well as Jafari Brown got past the defense, but then Orr was able to catch back up, and now they have a steal on the press. And now they'll go to Raekwon Drake, who slams it down the lane. Raekwon Drake already with 4 points, and it's 8-5 Orr. Here's Ahmad Muhammad with it, as the Chargers were quickly able to break the press there after the dunk by Orr. Jafari Brown with it on the left wing, gets all the way to the hoop, and his shot goes over the top of the backboard and out of bounds. Orr will take back over, 4:15 to play first quarter. They lead by 3. Into Chase Adams. Adams on the right wing, being guarded tightly by Chance Aldridge. Over to O'Neal. Now it's Hernandez on the left wing. Here's Mosley in the left corner, now backing his way in against Jafari Brown. Had it partially blocked, picked it back up, put the shot up and in to make it 10-5 Orr. Full court press again causing problems. It's a man-to-man press, but this is a very athletic Orr team. And we saw the press cause problems earlier for St. Joe's against St. Lawrence, but they are able to break it. Jalen Boyd has it, fakes the shot, now gives it to his brother Jordan, who gets the lay-in underneath to make it 10-7. But Orr quickly the other way. Mosley scores underneath, 12-7. What a quick bucket there, but then wide open on the other end is Jalen Boyd. Has to pull it back out. Now Ahmad Muhammad fakes the shot at the free throw line, out to Chance Aldridge for 3. His jumper no good. Now a baseball pass the other way, other end of the court, and Mosley caught it for Orr, and he is fouled. Boy, what a pace this game has taken on in the last couple of minutes, and that is what Orr wants, as the foul was charged there to Chance Aldridge. And now going to the line is Tyron Mosley, who already has 4 points on the evening. Orr leads at 12-7 with 3:12 to play. Mosley's first free throw off the mark. Chargers need to find a way to slow this game down, because if it becomes a back and forth turnovers all over the place, that's exactly what Orr wants, as Mosley hits the second free throw. 13-7, Coach Gene Pingatore takes a timeout with the Chargers trailing it by 6. Got off to a good start for St. Joe's as Ahmad Muhammad hit the three-pointer to give them an early 3-0 lead. But since then, Orr has been able to use that speed, forcing turnovers and scoring transition buckets to come out in front. "30-second timeout comes to an end. Comcast crew here from CN 100. You can watch the game tomorrow at 12 and 4 p.m. It'll also be available on demand if you have Xfinity, if you'd like to watch this entire game on replay. Chargers back with the basketball. They get it into Jalen Boyd. Still in the backcourt facing that press. He's able to bring it over half court. Now gives it over to Jafari Brown, being guarded by O'Neal of Orr. Jafari Brown behind the three-point line to Jalen Boyd. Now they go into the left corner for Ahmad Muhammad. Out to Chance Aldridge, right wing, thought about the three, instead passed it up at the top of the key with Muhammad. Muhammad over to Jordan Boyd on the right wing. He fakes the three, dribbles back to the middle of the paint, and Orr clapping now as they're playing some nice defense on this possession. Floater by Ahmad Muhammad, clear goaltending there by Orr, and it is called. I mentioned earlier that I thought it could have been goaltending on the Jafari Brown lane, and that time it clearly was, as Muhammad fired up a floater down the lane, and then it was blocked before it came down and just kind of grabbed out of the air, and it was definitely goaltending, as that one had a clear chance of going in. So 13-9, Orr with the 4-point lead, 2:30 to play first quarter. Chase Adams controlling for the Spartans. Now it's O'Neal on the left wing. And it's stolen away by the Chargers. Here they come with Jalen Boyd. Now out Jafari Brown, right corner three. That's off the mark. Rebound to Orr. The Spartans running with it the other way with Danny Smith. Now down low on the baseline. Back out Chase Adams beyond the three-point line. Here's Raquan Drake. No, it's stolen away by Jordan Boyd. Looking ahead for Jafari Brown. He can't handle the pass, but Jordan Boyd's able to collect it in the corner. Now out Chance Aldridge. Right side three. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Jordan Boyd. Works his way in and scores. 13-11. Nice offensive rebound. And score by Jordan Boyd. And then a long pass goes out of bounds. It's back to the Chargers. So a nice 4-0 run here by St. Joe's coming off of the timeout. What a job Jordan Boyd is doing on the glass. That's been a story all season at 6'6". And he knows he's going to have to spend a lot of time on the floor tonight. It's going to be a tough game for those legs for the Chargers facing this full court press. Jalen Boyd brings it up the floor. Now over to Ahmad Muhammad on the right side beyond the three-point line. Up to Jordan Boyd, top of the key. Looks for a pass to Chance Aldridge, left wing. Now it's Jafari Brown with it. Over to Jalen Boyd. Baseline jumper, nothing but net. Tie ball game. 13-13, 1:20 to play first quarter. Here's O'Neal with it. Over to Danny Smith beyond the three-point line on the left side. Guarded by Jalen Boyd. Drives baseline. Blocked. Jalen Boyd with the stuff. Chance Aldridge pushing it the other way for the Chargers. Aldridge dribbles on the left side. Cross-court pass. Jordan Boyd for three. Off the mark. Rebound to the Spartans. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Danny Smith driving all the way to the hoop, and he gets there. 15-13 Spartans. Ahmad Muhammad brings up the floor with 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter. You wonder if St. Joe's will try to hold for the last shot of the first quarter. A good chance to maybe rest the legs a bit, but instead it's a three-pointer from Ahmad Muhammad, and it's good. Chargers take the lead. If you've got the open shot, take it. Maybe they were thinking about holding for the last shot there, but if you got Ahmad Muhammad open in the corner, he's got to shoot that three, because he can shoot it from outside. Chargers have the 1-point lead. 10 seconds left here in the quarter. Danny Smith driving, blocked by Jordan Boyd from behind. Out of bounds, almost saved, but now it's Jafari Brown ahead to Jalen Boyd at the buzzer. He got it! 18-15 Chargers, and what a way to end that first quarter. And the bench is fired up. It was an 11-2 run for St. Joe's to end that first quarter. And what a play that was. Defense turns into offense, and that's what Coach Pingatore said before this game. Defense will lead to offense, and in that case, it was Jordan Boyd with the block. It goes out of bounds, and then they push it ahead. Jalen Boyd hits the finger roll at the buzzer to give the Chargers a 3-point lead. What a quarter, though, for Ahmad Muhammad, who had 8 points in the quarter, including 2 3-pointers. Other scores, Jordan and Jalen Boyd both with 4 points, and then Jafari Brown with 2. Tyrone Mosley had 5 points for Orr in that first quarter. So it looked like trouble was starting when the Chargers were trailing 13-7. But to close out that first quarter, an 11-2 run for St. Joe's. Terry Williams has entered the game for Orr, and he will inbound it to start the second quarter. Williams into Chase Adams. Adams brings it over the midcourt stripe. Now off over to Danny Smith. Smith trying to drive to the bucket, and he gets there. Was nearly blocked, but was able to score. Chargers break the press with Jalen Boyd. Boyd all the way to the hoop with the left hand, no good. Now Orr running with it the other way, and blocked by Jordan Boyd on the dunk attempt. Now here's Jafari Brown with a free throw line jumper. He got it. Jordan Boyd has put on a show defensively in this one. Not officially, but I've got him with at least 3 blocks right now, and they have all been just stuffs. This Orr team wants to play above the rim. Jordan Boyd is having none of it. And you can just tell the intensity. There's a bit of a different feeling tonight. You know, of course, last night was a conference game, but talking to some of the players before the game, they know this Orr team, and they know this Orr team's feeling very confident about themselves, having won the Proviso West tournament. And St. Joe's wants to prove they're not the team that was out there at Proviso. They're a much better team, and they're showing that so far here tonight. 7:20 to play here in the second quarter. Chargers lead it by 3, 20-17. Chase Adams with it on the right wing for Orr. Adams pulls up for a jumper. He got it. Well, there's a reason he gained an offer from UIC. He can shoot it. And that was a long 2 there from the left side. 2019. Chargers back with it. Jafari Brown, top of the key. Trying to cross over O'Neal. Spins his way in and lost possession. Stolen by O'Neal. Jafari Brown still applying pressure in the backcourt. But the Spartans able to work past it with Danny Smith, but he travels. Or rather, that was Taiwante Williams who traveled. So 2019, 6:43 to play in the first half. The Chargers with the 1-point lead. Jalen Boyd brings it over the half-court stripe. Now over to Ahmad Muhammad on the right wing. Muhammad to Chance Aldridge, top of the key. Aldridge looking for Jordan Boyd in the corner, and he lost it. Just couldn't quite handle the pass. Went out of bounds there. It's back to Orr. And now a substitute for St. Joe's. Malik Anderson will enter. Malik has been a great addition to this team. He was injured the first 5 weeks of the season. But it's good to have his size at 6'4" on the floor. Chase Adams with it on the left wing. Gives over to Danny Smith on the right wing. Now it's Williams. Back for Danny Smith. Now they hand it off Chase Adams to reset it with 6 minutes to play in the half. Adams being guarded by Ahmad Muhammad. Now over to Danny Smith. Faked the 3, decided against it, and gives it back over to Adams. Adams dribbles his way to the top of the key. Looking for a pass out. Gives it over to Danny Smith. Smith trying to cross over Jalen Boyd. Can't do it. Nice defense here on this possession by the Chargers. Smith pulls up for a jumper, and he gets it to go. So Danny Smith with 4 points already here in the second quarter. 5:30 to play in the second. 21-20 Orr. Jafari Brown with it for the Chargers. Over to Jalen Boyd on the right wing. Boyd to Muhammad at the top of the key. Muhammad has already hit a couple of threes. Now it's Jafari Brown left wing. To Jordan Boyd. Pulls up for a baseline jumper. Airballs it past the rim. Rebound to Orr. Here's Danny Smith, right wing 3. Can't get it. Ahmad Muhammad pushing the other way with the rebound. Now gives it over to Malik Anderson. Short jumper. It's good. Malik Anderson comes off the bench and promptly scores 2 points. 22-21 Chargers, 4:50 to play in the half. Chase Adams has on the left wing. Gives it over for Williams. Williams crossing over, puts up a little floater. Rebound by Jordan Boyd. Up ahead for Ahmad Muhammad. Muhammad on the right side, laying off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound by Jafari Brown. Puts it up and in. Jafari with 6 points so far. 24-21 Chargers. Chase Adams drives, then dishes off with a beautiful pass to Tawante Williams for his first points of the night. 24-23 the score now. 4 minutes to play in the half. The Chargers hanging on to a 1-point lead. Jafari Brown with it. Drives the lane. Floater off the glass. Can't quite get it. Rebound to Orr. Now they're pushing it with Danny Smith. Corner three from Terry Williams off the mark. Offensive rebound, though. Back out Danny Smith. Another three. This one won't go either. Another offensive rebound, though, and you can't give him 3 chances, but then a missed dunk. And the rebound went out of bounds. It will stay with Orr, but a missed dunk there by Raekwon Drake as he was stuffed by the rim. 3:34 to play, 24-23 Chargers. Orr has it underneath their own basket, or under the Chargers' basket, rather, in the front court. Chase Adams with it on the right wing. Great story about Adams in the Chicago Sun-Times earlier this week. He's been a key player this season. Hernandez for three. He gets it. Brian Hernandez with his first points, and it gives Orr the lead back, 26-24. Long pass for Malik Anderson is out of bounds, and the Chargers turn it over. Now John Robinson will enter the game for Ahmad Muhammad. Chargers have to be able to use that bench against a team like Orr that is deep and athletic and use that full court press. Can't rely on the starters to play too many minutes. And Robinson has been key off the bench all season for the Chargers. 3 minutes to play in the half. Orr leading by 2. They have the ball. Hernandez over to Chase Adams right around half court. Adams dribbling around the right side. Adams going to try to drive it himself. He was blocked, but they'll call the foul. Looks to me like it was Jalen Boyd. Oh, rather, it was actually Antonio Hardaway who committed the foul. He also came in off the bench. That is the 4th foul on St. Joe's thus far. Adams at the line. First free throw is good. Went out the front of the rim and in. (27-24) or 2:48 to play in the half. Second free throw from Adams. Swishes it. 28-24. John Robinson with it, being double-teamed by that press. High pass tipped. Jalen Boyd holds on, and he drives to the hoop and had it blocked away. Or going with it the other way now. Chase Adams trying a bounce pass down low, and it's stolen by the Chargers. Back and forth sequence here, and then a long stretch pass for Jafari Brown goes out of bounds into the Orr bench. So 3 turnovers in a row for both teams there. This press causing some problems for St. Joseph. 2:20 to play in the half, Orr with the 4-point lead. Adams, and he carried it. Nice call there by the officials. Get that hand under the ball. They got to make that call. Jordan Boyd will come back to the floor for Antonio Hardaway. Jalen Boyd brings it over to half court for the Chargers. They go into Jafari Brown. Fall away jumper. Beautiful shot by Jafari Brown. It was off balance, but he swished it. 28-26 Orr. They get it into Danny Smith on the baseline. His floater is good. 30-26 Spartans. Malik Anderson with it. Long pass ahead to Jordan Boyd. He gives it back over to John Robinson. Now it's Jafari Brown in the left wing. Brown dribbles behind his back, tries to cross over, being double-teamed now, and they call a jump ball. Looked to me like there should have been a reach-in foul called. But they do say they got a hand on the ball, so it's a jump ball. Possession arrow is the way of St. Joe's. So the Chargers will keep it. 1:31 to play, or with the 30-26 lead. In what has been a very exciting non-conference matchup. Two teams that know each other well. Played 2 years ago in the Class 3A playoffs, and St. Joseph won that game. Jafari Brown dished off Jalen Boyd, dribbles and drives and scores to make it 30-28. Chase Adams jumper the other way, off the mark, no good. Long rebound to Jalen Boyd. Just over a minute to play here in the half. Boyd with on the right wing, hands it off to his brother Jordan. Now it's John Robinson, top of the key, trying to cross over his man. Chase Adams guarding him. Robinson looking for a pass now, gets it to Jafari Brown, pulls up for a jumper, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Jordan Boyd, puts it back up and in. Jordan Boyd on the offensive glass. He's been the man. 30-30 ball game, 42 seconds to play in the first half. And the Spartans may be holding for the last shot of the half here, as Emmanuel O'Neill is just dribbling out seconds. Just about 20 to go now, and they'll take their time. They are going to hold for that last shot, trying to go into locker room with the lead. O'Neill looking to drive now, had it deflected, and a foul called. Loose ball foul on Jafari Brown, his second foul. 15th foul on St. Joe's. 10.4 to play now in the half. And Orr will stay with the basketball as Zarel Mason checks in for St. Joe's. Chase Adams with it now in the backcourt. Off the inbounds, gets it over the midcourt stripe. Now they take a three with Hernandez. That's short. Put-back attempt by Mosley. No good. Long shot by Mason was blocked away. So at the end of one half, the score, the St. Joseph Chargers 30 and the Orr Spartans 30. This has been a great battle. Two of the best teams in the Chicagoland area, and it's living up to the billing so far tonight. What a half it was for Jordan Boyd. He had 6 points. But really, defensively and rebounding the basketball, he was all over the place. Ahmad Muhammad also had 8 points, and Jafari Brown had 8 points. So because we did not have a chance to air it before the game, right now we will air the interview that was recorded before tonight's game with Coach Gene Pingatore, and after that, we will be back for the second half here on Arena Sportsnet Chicago. We're here with St. Joseph Chargers head coach Gene Pingatore here at TF North before tonight's game against Orr. That's going to be a little bit delayed. I assume so. We have another game in between. Does that affect you guys at all, do you think, that delay?
I hope it affects Orr.
Well, Coach, a nice win last night, 60-37 against Providence Catholic. What did you see as the keys to that victory?
I think defensively, I thought we did a good job, and I always look at that. You know, if we can keep on getting better defensively, we can do some damage toward the end of the year.
And held them to just 37 points. Definitely a great defensive performance. But really, you guys broke that game open in the second half. Some nice buckets in transition. You guys did well there.
But it still starts with the defense.
defense leads to offense there last night.
I always tell the kids, playing a half-court game offensively is good, but if you just play a half-court game with them, it keeps everyone in the game. You got to score off your defense, and last night we did a little bit.
And Coach, you said last night you didn't want the team looking ahead to Orr at all, and clearly they didn't. They were definitely focused last night.
Well, we'll find out tonight.
Well, now they do get the big challenge against a team that's ranked third in the area. They won the Proviso West tournament. What have you seen in watching Orr this season?
They're very deep, strong, athletic. They have quickness. I mean, they're really a good team.
It's definitely going to be a challenge. And do you think, the fact that they won Proviso West and you guys, didn't get a chance to get into that winner's bracket, does that motivate you guys at all in this game?
Just the fact that it's so hard because the kids know each other. Ahmad played summer basketball with two of their starters, and so they know each other. So they're going to play.
Yeah, definitely saw a little bit of that.
Control.
Saw a little bit of that on social media. Chase Adams, a really electric guard for them. He's only 5'8", but he had a game where he had 37 earlier in the season.
I bet he's not 5'8".
Maybe he's listed at that, so maybe even a little older than that. But some people compare him to Tyler Eulis. How are you going to shut him down?
You don't shut people like that down. You have to try to control them. You can't key on any one guy. There's no doubt about that. Everyone's got to do their job, and hopefully we can control Chase.
And
Adams, he makes them go. But they have other guys. They're really deep.
Yeah, Raekwon Drake is another one of those players. As he said, it is a deep team, and there's a reason why they're ranked so highly.
Absolutely.
And that's the kind of games you guys want to play, right? That you want to challenge yourself.
We get into these to prepare for the end of the year. When you get into the tournament time, that's what you're going to see.
Yeah, you're going to see the best of the best, and they were 2A state champions last year.
Right. At one time, they were 3A, and we played them in the sectional a couple of years. So kids know them.
And do you think that familiarity will help you guys at all in this matchup, having played against them a lot in summer or in past seasons?
Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. So, honestly, a lot depends on the way the game's called, because we're not that deep. So we have to be careful. We can't get a game that's out of control and up and down. If they're not calling anything, then maybe. But if they're making a lot of calls and we get in trouble, it'll be a problem.
Well, I saw that a little bit last night. Chance got into some early foul trouble. Has to avoid that tonight, right, against a team.
But that's the kind of thing we're talking about. If we start having to sit people, and that's happened a number of games this year. We sat starters for the whole first half and then had a struggle, during that half. Against good teams, that's tough to do.
It's going to be tough tonight against Orr. And, Coach, any final thoughts before this huge matchup?
No, I'm just looking forward to playing these kind of teams. These are supposed to be fun games. They don't mean anything. You're not talking about this is for conferences, for a champion. This is a good game to play, to get us ready, find out about ourselves, and get us ready for the end of the year.
Good game to watch as well. It's going to be on TV.
Hopefully.
So
I wish I could watch it. Yeah.
Well, you can watch it tomorrow. So tune in, and then tonight, tune in and listen to the game. Coach Pingatore, thank you so much again for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Like to thank Coach Gene Pingatore for joining us, as always, here on Arena Sportsnet Chicago. 30-30 tie between the Orr Spartans and the St. Joseph Chargers. Really a very exciting first half. Chargers had a little bit of trouble with that full court press at times, but started to have more success with Jalen Boyd bringing it up the floor to break that press. In that first half, some of the stats for you. Leading scorers for the Chargers, Jafari Brown and Ahmad Muhammad both had 8 points. Both of the Boyd twins had 6 points apiece, and Malik Anderson had 2 points as well. For Orr, Chase Adams leading the way with 8 points. Danny Smith also with 8. Tyron Mosley with 5. And they got a 3 from Brian Hernandez and 2 from Tawante Williams. But as I said a little bit earlier, this Orr team feeling really confident, having won the Proviso West Holiday Tournament, had a 15-point win over Whitney Young, had a over 50-point win over Uplift in the semifinals of that tournament. But St. Joseph showing right now that they are a much better team than they showed in that first-round game of the Proviso West Tournament against Downers Grove North. Certainly, it hurt for the Chargers to be eliminated so quickly from the winner's bracket there at Proviso West. We'd like to thank everybody who allows this to go on here at Arena Sportsnet Chicago. Of course, Brian Snow, the CEO of Arena Sportsnet, but also Mark Cisetti, the president of the St. Joseph Basketball Alumni Association, athletic director Bruce DeSanto, and head coach Gene Pingator. Thank you to all of you for allowing Arena Sportsnet to cover St. Joseph basketball all season long. I know some of you that have been listening a lot of the season, we had a big break in the action due to, for me, some family events, but also a few different circumstances that did not allow us to broadcast some games. But we're going to try to bring you every game that we can the rest of the season, and happy to be here tonight at TF North for what has been a thriller so far in the Bob Hamric Shootout. The highlight of the night, of course, Comcast 100 is out here as well, and you can watch the game tomorrow on CN 100 at 12 and 4 p.m. You can also watch it on demand anytime you would like. The entire game will be available, so thanks to them for coming out to cover 2 local high schools, and they do that every week, a couple of nights of the week, really. So the Chargers, they were trailing 13-7. Then they went on an 11-2 run. They took an 18-15 lead. That was to end the first quarter. Jalen Boyd beat the buzzer with a finger roll lay-in to end that first quarter. And then a back-and-forth second quarter ends up with the two teams tied, 30-30. Chase Adams, the highly touted prospect on this Orr team, and he's lived up to the billing. Listed at 5'8", he is not that tall, as Coach Pingator said in the interview there. Probably more like 5'5" or 5'6". And I was talking to Jafari Brown before the game. He said the two of them, they've known each other since they were 9 years old. So it's just really a lot of fun for them to be able to go up against each other in a game like this. And Chase Adams said the same thing. Talked to both of them, and they both said, yeah, we've known each other for a long time. They were interacting a little bit on social media this week. So there'll be a lot of trash talk maybe after this game, depending on which of the two players comes away with the victory here tonight. But both Jafari and Chase have 8 points for their respective teams. As we begin the third quarter, Orr will start with the basketball. Chase Adams with it on the right wing. Adams over to Raekwon Drake. Now it's Mosley in the left corner. Drake on the wing. A little bit deep for his range. He's more of an inside player. Here's Danny Smith in the left corner being guarded by Jalen Boyd. Looking for Raekwon Drake. The pass is wide. Nearly goes out of bounds and over and back there. As it was a little bit of a delayed call. Nobody from St. Joseph touched it. But the officials had not called it. They were just waiting to see whether that would go out of bounds, but clearly an over and back. So St. Joseph back with the ball. Game tied at 30 here in the third quarter. Ahmad Muhammad with it for the Chargers. Over to Chance Aldridge left wing. Now it's Jordan Boyd at the top of the key. Boyd over to Chance Aldridge. Aldridge dribbling around. Now hands it off to Ahmad Muhammad on the left wing. Muhammad over to Jordan Boyd. Chance Aldridge, corner three. Can't get the roll. Rebound to Orr. Pushing it the other way with Danny Smith. Smith hands off to Mosley. Mosley back out Chase Adams, left wing three. He got it. So Adams has the first points of the second half. It's 33-30 Orr with 6:50 to play in the third quarter. Jafari Brown with it on the right wing. Over to Jalen Boyd near half court. Boyd pulls up for a jumper. Can't get a go off back iron. Rebound by Orr. Long pass ahead for Mosley. Dribbles baseline. Can't get it. Offensive rebound by Danny Smith. Puts it back up and in. A 5-0 run to start the second half for Orr. Chargers need to right the ship here. Jalen Boyd wide open, breaking the press, goes all the way to the bucket. Now Jordan Boyd is fouled as he goes up. But Jordan Boyd really elevated there. It looked like he was maybe going to go for the dunk for a second, but then Mosley got in his way and committed the foul. First foul of the game on Orr. They did not commit a foul in the first half as Jordan Boyd misses the first free throw. Pretty rare to go a full half without committing a foul, but they do less than 2 minutes here into the second half. Second free throw from Jordan Boyd. Can't get that one either. That's a tough break for St. Joe's. Already trailing by 5 now, and here's a finger roll from Raquan Drake. Now it's a 7-point lead for Orr. And a timeout called by Coach Gene Pingatore. Good timing for one as he sees his Chargers falling behind by 7 here. Just about 2 minutes into this third quarter. We were tied up at 30 to begin this second half, and it's been a 7-0 run for Orr. They had the 3 by Chase Adams. Raquan Drake with a couple, and Danny Smith also scored for the Spartans. A full timeout taken by Coach Pingatore. It's Chase Adams with 11 points now, leading scorers on all teams. In this timeout, Coach Pingatore just has to tell his team, remain disciplined defensively, be careful with that full court press, have to avoid those turnovers. Just have to take Orr out of their comfort zone. And it seemed like St. Joseph certainly did that in the first half. Orr is a team that will press, force the turnovers, like to score in transition. If St. Joseph can get them into more of a half-court game, that's where the Chargers want it. Chance Aldridge gets it into Ahmad Muhammad in the backcourt. Muhammad being guarded tightly by Chase Adams. Muhammad able to bring it over the midcourt stripe. Now he'll give it over to Jalen Boyd, right wing. Boyd thinking about driving baseline. Now dish out Chance Aldridge. Long jumper is good. It was a 2, so it was a long 2. Couldn't quite tell from my angle here. So 37-32 Orr. 5:30 to play, third quarter. Danny Smith with it, top of the key. Over to Mosley on the right wing. Mosley back for Smith, top of the key now. Adams left wing, fakes the shot, drives, swatted away by Jordan Boyd. Now the Chargers looking to go in transition. Long pass ahead, Jalen Boyd just able to handle it, nearly lost it. And the Chargers will reset the offense with Jafari Brown on the right wing. Brown over to Jalen Boyd, now back up for Jordan Boyd, top of the key. Back Chance Aldridge, left wing. Jafari Brown, corner 3. Can't quite get it, and the Gatorade cooler was completely knocked over there. As they're going to have to bring a lot of towels out. Public address announcer just said, if you break it, you bought it. As now Jordan Boyd makes some nice post moves and scores 37-34. Orr with the lead. 4:30 to play, third quarter. Danny Smith for 3. He got it. Danny Smith with 5 points in the third quarter already. 40-34 Orr. Jafari Brown for 3. Can't get that one to go. Rebound to Orr. They'll look to push it out the other way. That pass is too long. Sometimes this Orr team has gotten a little bit ahead of themselves trying to score in the fast break. some of those long passes, and that one far too long. 4:15 to play, third quarter, 40-34, Orr with the 6-point lead over the Chargers. Jalen Boyd brings it over half court, splits a couple of defenders, pulls up for a jumper, and he's fouled on a reach-in before the shot, I believe. That foul on Chase Adams. Oh, they did give him a shooting foul. So they're going to say that foul was in the act of shooting, so Jalen Boyd goes to the line for 2 free throws. First one was halfway in and then just rattled out. Unfortunate break there for Jalen. Here's the second free throw. That one won't go either, so the Chargers 0 for 4 at the line here in the second half, or actually for the entire game, as Adams with a crossover that got the crowd on their feet, but he couldn't convert on the jumper. Couple of offensive rebounds, but then a block by Jordan Boyd. Now Jalen Boyd running with it the other way, goes all the way to the hoop with the left hand, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Jafari Brown, puts it back up, no good. Another offensive rebound by Jalen Boyd, and this time the Chargers convert. 40-36, Chargers down by 4 here with 3.5 minutes to play in the third. Chase Adams brings it up the floor for Orr. Now over to Mosley, now down low, Danny Smith looking for a pass underneath. Ahmad Muhammad tips it out of bounds. So it'll stay here with Orr on the St. Joseph end. They get it into O'Neal in the backcourt, and he'll give it on over to the point guard, Chase Adams. Adams, guarded by Chance Aldridge, works his way around the defense, dishes off for Raekwon Drake. Foul is called on the floor. Foul was on Ahmad Muhammad, his second foul. First on the Chargers in the second half with just over 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Mosley with it now, and everybody wanted to travel. It looked like to me that he may have traveled, but he missed a jumper anyway. Ball ends up out of bounds. It will go the way of the Chargers. As Brian Hernandez re-enters for Orr, and he's applying tight pressure in the backcourt, but the Chargers eventually get it into Jalen Boyd, and he'll bring it over half court. Jalen Boyd with it at the top of the key over to Ahmad Muhammad on the right wing. Muhammad being guarded very tightly by Hernandez, but he drives. Floater can't get it to go. Almost had it there, did Ahmad Muhammad. Orr going to the post for Raekwon Drake. Reverse lay-in. He got it. Chargers running with it the other way. And they turn it over. A steal for Orr as the Spartans lead by 6 now with 2:20 to play in the third quarter. Hernandez in the right corner, and a blocking foul called on Jordan Boyd. Second team foul on the Chargers. That was a foul on the floor, I should clarify. As McQuell Henderson enters for Orr. First time we've seen him tonight. And Hernandez was wide open underneath. The Chargers just didn't see him, and Brian Hernandez scores off the glass, 44-36, Orr. Jafari Brown facing a double team, and it's stolen away by Orr. Wide open is Hernandez, and another lay-in for him. Now the lead is 10 for Orr. The pressure starting to get to the Chargers as Orr is forcing those turnovers, getting those transition buckets. They're double-teaming that trap. Ahmad Muhammad nearly lost the ball, got it over to Chance Aldridge, and he drives and is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Foul called on Emmanuel O'Neal. His first, team's third. Chargers are 0 for 4 at the line tonight. This is the first time Chance Aldridge has been there. His first free throw, that's no good. as Tawante Williams comes back in for Orr. Second free throw for Chance. Can't get that one either. 0 for 6 from the line are the Chargers. And now a jumper off the mark very quickly there from O'Neal of Orr. Chargers with the rebound. Aldridge can't handle a pass out of bounds. Back over to Orr. Spartans lead it by 10. 1:20 to play third quarter, 46-36. Orr with the lead over St. Joe's. Inbounds pass into Danny Smith. Smith guarded by Malik Anderson, who re-entered the ball game. Chargers applying a double team with Anderson and Aldridge, and Orr will take a timeout in order to avoid the turnover. But here in the third quarter, the Spartans have outscored the Chargers 16-6. Brian Hernandez with 4, Danny Smith with 5, Raekwon Drake with 4, and Chase Adams with 3 here in the third quarter for Orr. Chargers have just 6 points here in this third quarter, 2 from Aldridge, 2 from Boyd, and 2 from both of the Boyds, rather. Chargers just need to find a way to get this game slowed back down a bit, as Orr is in their comfort zone when they're in transition. Tyler Bullock has entered the game for Orr, so Chase Adams goes to the bench for the first time tonight. But this is a deep Orr team, as O'Neal has it on the right wing. Now into Danny Smith, right corner. Smith guarded by Anderson. Now back at O'Neal, left wing. Now it's Bullock. Pass is nearly stripped away. It's on the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow pointing the way of St. Joe's. So they take back over. 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Chargers trail it 46-36, Orr with the 10-point lead. Full court press causing problems, but Ahmad Muhammad splits 2 defenders. Malik Anderson pulls up for a jumper, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, no. Orr has it. They'll go in transition with Danny Smith, and he scores with the right-handed land. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. 48-36 Orr. Ahmad Muhammad brings it over half court for the Chargers. Muhammad over now for Jalen Boyd. His 3 off the mark. And that will do it for the third quarter. Orr leads it 48-36 at the end of 3. Thank you for joining us here on Arena Sportsnet Chicago. We'll take just about a 20-second break here and be back with you for the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Arena Sportsnet Chicago. The Orr Spartans leading the Chargers 48-36 here at the Bob Hamric Shootout, the 8th annual Bob Hamric Shootout, honoring Simeon's 31st year. Of the 1984 championship team. Not sure if that's correct, as 1984 would be 34 years ago, but that's what it says on the program, so I'm going to go with that. Orr back with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. They lead it by 12. O'Neal with it on the right side, guarded by Jafari Brown. He gives it over to Hernandez, who will reset the offense. Hernandez on the right wing looking for a pass into Danny Smith. Nearly lost the ball, regained possession, but then a block by Jordan Boyd. And a foul called in the battle for the rebound. It's against Orr, so the Chargers will take back over. That foul was on Tawante Williams. His first foul, fourth team foul on Orr. Chargers looking to mount a comeback here. They trail by 12, 7.5 minutes to play. Jalen Boyd, Ahmad Muhammad, left wing three. Can't get it. Rebound to Orr. Here's Tawante Williams on the right wing. To Danny Smith, top of the key. Now it's Hernandez, right wing. He drives. Can't get it to go. Put-back attempt, no good. He gets his own rebound again. Puts it back up. Another offensive rebound. Now we have another tie-up. This time the possession arrow is pointing the way of the Chargers as Orr started with possession in the fourth quarter. No, wait a minute. Actually, the possession arrow is the way of Orr. So Orr will have it under the Chargers basket, leading by 12 with 7 minutes to play. Here's Bullock, who came in for Chase Adams. The starting point guard getting a rest for the Spartans. Now it's Tawante Williams facing tight pressure from the Chargers. Gives it over to Danny Smith. He drives off the glass and in, 50-36. John Robinson into Jalen Boyd. Chargers trailing 50-36 with 6.5 minutes to play. Jafari Brown, long two-point jumper. He's fouled as he puts up the shot. That foul on Emmanuel O'Neal, his second, fifth against Orr. Chargers are 0 for 4 from the line on the night. But Jafari Brown swishes his first free throw. As Chase Adams re-enters for Orr, not necessarily a good thing for St. Joseph, as he has 11 points on the night. Second free throw from Jafari Brown, swishes it again. So 50-38 the score now. Chargers looking to work their way back in this one, but there's Danny Smith yet again driving to the basket and scoring with his right hand. 52-38 Spartans. John Robinson over the half-court stripe. Now Jalen Boyd. Ahmad Muhammad right side three. Just can't quite get the roll. And the rebound was tipped out of bounds. It'll go the way of Orr. So they have it with a 14-point lead with 6:11 to go. Emmanuel O'Neal trying to drive. Jump ball. This time the possession arrow. We know which way it is after the disagreement last time. They changed the call. St. Joseph will have it. Chargers trying to work their way back. This game was tied at halftime, but Orr took over in the third quarter. Jalen Boyd with on the right wing. Into his brother Jordan trying to post up. Short jumper. Off the rim, but the tip-in rebound by Jalen Boyd, so he picks up for his twin brother. But then the other way, a foul called, and that looks like an intentional foul on Jordan Boyd, as Emmanuel O'Neal was wide open. Oh, they'll actually call that as a flagrant foul on Jordan Boyd. Or rather intentional. That was a mistake by the public address announcer. It was an intentional foul as O'Neal was wide open under the basket, and then Boyd just kind of wrapped his arms around him. But the first free throw missed by O'Neal. So Orr will have one more free throw and also have the ball. Second free throw from O'Neal off the front of the rim. Missed both. So a smart foul by Jordan Boyd there on the intentional foul because O'Neal misses both free throws. Or does still have the ball, but you have to say that's a smart foul because otherwise it would have been an automatic 2 points as O'Neal was wide open. Into Raekwon Drake. Pull-up jumper from Chase Adams, and he got the roll. That one went all the way around the rim. 54-40 or 5.5 minutes to go in this one. Jalen Boyd dribbling around the three-point arc. Now it's Jordan Boyd, 4-3. That's well short. Rebound by Orr. Baseball pass is stolen by Jordan Boyd. Now it's ahead to Jafari Brown. He drives baseline reverse lay-in is good. 54-42. Orr with the 12-point lead. The Chargers going with a full-court press now as Orr gets it into Chase Adams. Adams trying to split a couple of defenders. He does. And they go for the alley-oop to Raekwon Drake, and he just lays it in. 56-42 Orr. Under 5 minutes to go now. John Robinson on the left wing. Robinson with Drake guarding him, and it's stolen away. And then a reach-in foul called on Robinson. That is the first foul of the night on Robinson, team's fourth. Timeout taken by head coach Gene Pingatore with 4:44 to play. 56-42, or with the 14-point lead. This game was tied at halftime, but here in the second half, the Spartans have outscored the Chargers 26-12. Certainly unfortunate for St. Joe's. They haven't quite been able to stay in this one, but crazier things have happened with the Chargers trailing by 14. We're going to take a quick break here on Arena Sportsnet. We'll be back in about 10 seconds. Welcome back to Arena Sportsnet Chicago. Connor Klingon here with you. Orr leading St. Joseph 56-42 here in the fourth quarter. 4:44 to play in this one. It's been a great night for Danny Smith of Orr. In the second half, he has 11 points to give him 19 total on the night. Chase Adams with a floater. He got it. And Chase Adams himself has had a nice night, as now the Chargers back with it. Offensive rebound for Jafari Brown. He puts it up and in. Jafari Brown trying his best to keep the Chargers in it. 58-44. St. Joe's trails it with just over 4 minutes to go. Raekwon Drake driving, stolen away by Jordan Boyd. Nice defensive play there by Jordan. Ahmad Muhammad trying to drive, and he's fouled as he goes up. 19 points for Danny Smith, and he commits the foul there on Ahmad Muhammad, who's at the free throw line. Muhammad can't get the first free throw. Second free throw from Muhammad. This one is good. So 58-45, or with a 13-point lead. Chase Adams with it near half court, guarded by Jalen Boyd. Adams crosses over, and then a foul is called. That foul on Jordan Boyd, his third foul, and the fifth on the Chargers as a team. Danny Smith with it, backing his way in against Jalen Boyd. Now gives out for Raquan Drake for three. Offensive rebound, put up and in. By Sean Harris. Chargers with it the other way now. They trail by 15, 60-45. As Jalen Boyd lost possession, loose ball foul is called. That foul on Danny Smith. Chargers in the bonus now. There'll be a 1-and-1 as that's the seventh foul on Orr. 3:10 to play, 60-45 Spartans with the 15-point lead. First free throw from Jalen Boyd, nothing but net. Second free throw from Jalen Boyd. Can't get that one. Orr with the rebound. Long pass ahead for Sean Harris. And then tipped out of bounds, but it will stay with Orr. Three minutes to play in this one. 14-point lead for the Spartans. Chase Adams driving to the bucket. Lost possession. Out of bounds. Just got a little out of control there and couldn't quite hold on to the basketball. It'll go back to St. Joe's with 2:54 to play. As Chase Adams will head to the bench. That may be the end of his night unless the Chargers are able to make this one more interesting here in the final 3 minutes. Jalen Boyd nearly lost possession, but he's able to put it up. Can't quite get it. Offensive rebound by Jordan Boyd. Back out for Jalen, right wing three. That's short. Offensive rebound by Jordan Boyd. No good. Offensive rebound by Jafari Brown, and he is fouled. That foul on Terry Williams, his first, the 8th on Orr as a team. First free throw from Jafari. He got it. Jafari Brown, 2 of 2. Well, now 3 of 3 from the charity stripe on the night. 60-47 the score now. Chargers trail by 13. Second free throw is good from Jafari Brown. 2:35 to play. 60-48. Sean Harris had it stripped out of bounds, but it will stay with Orr. Chargers need to ramp up that defensive pressure to try to stay in this one. Inbounds pass into Tyler Bullock. Now it's Danny Smith with it on the right wing. It's Bullock now on the left wing. Guarded by John Robinson. Orr trying to milk some clock with the 12-point lead. 2:10 to play. They go to Danny Smith down low baseline. He puts it up and in. He's over 20 now on the night. 62-48 Spartans. Chargers trying to go inside to Jafari Brown. Foul called on Terry Williams. That's his second. Chargers will go to the line. As St. Joe's brings on some subs now, Antonio Hardaway and Malik Anderson enter the ball game. 1:53 to play. First free throw from Jafari Brown. He swishes it. He's 5 of 5 from the free throw line tonight. Second free throw. This one is no good. But Jafari Brown's putting together quite the fourth quarter. 10 points in the fourth quarter already for Jafari Brown. 62-49. Orr with the lead. Danny Smith trying to work his way in. Stolen by John Robinson with 1:30 to play. pass ahead just too far for any Chargers. Stolen by Orr. Here's Bullock. He'll give it back out for Mosley with 1:20. Orr again trying to run some clock with the 13-point lead and just over a minute to play. Here's Sean Harris with it now on the right wing. Chargers are going to have to foul, and a carry is called. As Zarrell Mason will enter the game for the Chargers. Or rather, that's 9 points so far in the fourth quarter for Jafari Brown. 3 for Jalen Boyd and 1 for Ahmad Muhammad here in the fourth. 1 minute to play here in this one as Ahmad Muhammad tries to drive. Can't score from in close. Rebound was tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Joe's as Nick Harmon enters the game for the Chargers. Saw Nick Harmon hit a three-pointer last night against Providence Catholic. Also entering is Michael Green. He'll come in for Ahmad Muhammad. 62-49. Malik Anderson for 3. He nails it. 62-52 with 45 seconds left in this one. Chargers still playing some tight defense here against Orr. Just over 30 seconds left, but it's looking like it's not going to be in the cards tonight for the Chargers, as they are in all likelihood going to fall here to Orr. But definitely a valiant effort in that first half. A back-and-forth game that was tied up at 30, but in the second half, Orr, with their depth, really wore down the Chargers and were able to stretch out that lead, and they're going to take this one over the St. Joseph Chargers 62-52, and Orr improves to 12-2 in the season. The St. Joseph Chargers will fall to 10-5, but the Chargers will be back in Chicago Catholic League play next Friday night at Fenwick, and we will have that one for you on Arena Sportsnet Chicago. Thank you for joining us here tonight. We appreciate all of you, the St. Joseph Basketball Alumni Association, Athletic Director Bruce DeSanto, President of the St. Joseph Basketball Alumni Association, Mark Cisetti, and, of course, Head Coach Gene Pingator and the CEO of Arena Sportsnet, Brian Snow. We appreciate all of your help. Once again, the final score, the Orr Spartans 62 and the St. Joseph Chargers 52. For all of us here at Arena Sportsnet, I'm Connor Klingon saying have a great night, and we'll see you next Friday.